Good morning. It's actually not morning. It is almost noon, which is later than I usually do this. Does my audio sound funny or is that just me? I sound really far away in my headphones. There is something new in the chat window. Managing moderators can support blah blah blah. Okay. Sorry, I coughed right into the microphone. Why did I do that? All right, we're doing this. Last week we had some video problems. I downscaled, so I hope that downscaled the resolution. I hope that works. I hope it's not too bad. Please tell me if it's terrible. And let's make some zines. What are we going to do today? So I should actually flip over to this window. We've got Sunday Zine 15, 1 week down, 3 more weeks to go. You got 4 weeks to make a zine. No entries so far, which I think is unusual. Usually in the first week we have at least 1 or 2 people. So everyone's taking their time this time around. The theme is ruin. I think you can see that, right? The theme is ruin. Is it a noun? Is it a verb? This is what I made a little short today just to promote the jam. See if we can get some more people to join us. And it struck me that, because one of the things that I love about choosing these words is making them different. So as in they could have different meanings, right? So everyone is not doing the same thing. When we have like stars, so we had like one person who did actual stars in space, and then somebody did stars as in actors and actresses, and I did stars as in rating stars. So lots of different meanings. And I mean, even star is a verb and a noun as well too. So I don't have a particular idea yet. I do have I said this, I kind of tore my life down to the studs at the end of August, because I quit my job, I moved out of my apartment, and I moved cities an hour away. So I'm in a totally different place. It's a totally different life. And so there's something to the aspect of ruin to that. Yes. Like, it's not ruined as in it's terrible, but it is a ruin. I am living in a ruin because it's not quite built yet. It's not it's not rebuilt yet, So I don't know. There's something in there. October 12th, that's the deadline. So 3 weeks from today, you got 3 weeks to make something. But I've been working on this. So I should actually, let me show you this other window. This one. So this is a zine that I made. Let's look at that file name, 1117. So I made it last November 17th. It was for the jam theme next. And it's like a little workbook where I ask you questions about what are you looking forward to? I've been thinking a lot about this idea of life is having something to look forward to. And if you don't have a thing to look forward to, then it's hard to keep going, right? So I just said my life is in a ruin. My life is in ruins right now. Because I did quit my job, but I'm still teaching 1 day a week because I can teach online. But for the month of September, I don't have anything to do. I am free and clear. And it hasn't been that way for almost more than 10 years, for almost 11 years. So it's been hard. It's been hard to figure out what to do. And it's been hard to think about what's coming up, what's next, because I don't have any plans. And like I said, I moved an hour away. I don't know anyone here, except family. And it's been interesting. I keep looking out the window because there's a big gray storm cloud. Oh my gosh, we finally had rain this morning and it was delightful. It didn't last very long, but we needed it. Oh boy, did we need it. It has been, I think, the hottest September in a very long time. So I made this little zine, this little workbook zine called What's Next. And it's some questions to help you think about what's next. If you don't have something that's next, you can plan something. And so what I wanted to do is, because if you read this here, it's very specific to last November, talking about, Thanksgiving has already passed in Canada. And I didn't have much to look forward to, but I wanted to make a version that was undated. I wanted to make a version that is just for anyone to do at any time. So I've been remaking it, and I've been thinking that I wanted to remake. I have to find it again. I wanted to remake it in a bigger size because it is a workbook. I want to give people space that they can actually write something, that they can actually, they don't have to fit it into this tiny little, 1/8 page, 1/8 of an 8x10 page, because it's not a lot of space. So I'm remaking it as a digital PDF that people can download. And then that way you can digitally fill it in. And if you wanted to, you could still print it out and handwrite it, if that's what you like. But I'm thinking about moving to not abandoning, but just adding, right? Adding to my repertoire, right? And making more of these like digital PDFs for people. So that's what I'm working on today. So it has nothing to do with the jam, but, tangentially, because it's about the last time jam. Oh, there's something loading in the background, huh? Okay. So all I have so far is this cover. But we're going to use now I got to go like back and forth. We're going to use this one as a guide to fill in. And actually I should show you the other one that I made, because what I did is first, here we go. Did I not? Oh, you know what? I didn't export the latest version of it, but that's okay. I can show you this version of it. So this morning what I did is I remade the mini zine, but as an undated version. So I put this new cover on it and remade it just a little bit. It's all the same questions, but the front of it, so this front essay is just a little bit more generic. And then the back page is a more space for writing rather than me putting a whole bunch of, credit crap back there. So I just did one little line here, so you have my name on it. But I actually changed this cover. So let's go into pages and figure out where we are. Because I put that border on it and then I didn't like it. Undated. Yes. Okay. So I never re-exported it. So I'm going to change this again. Back to, now I have too many windows open. Such a mess, especially because I'm on my laptop, which is 13 inches, 13-inch screen instead of my regular 27-inch desktop. Would like to get that thing fixed sometime soon. So I just did a plain title here. So we're going to re-export to PDF. And we're going to replace and save. And there we go. So we're going to use this as our guide to create the 8.5 by 11 version. We just open that up a little bit. So what I might do is flip back and forth a little bit, but I might also not. This window. Okay. So this is our pages file that is, I'm just going to close a whole bunch of windows in the background. What's this one? This is the one we're doing. Okay. So this is our pages file that's 8.5 by 11. And what do we think? I don't like this cover, huh? So I'm using the footnotes, or the footer, I suppose, at the bottom. And I've been thinking, I have so many domain names. Tell me in the chat, how many domain names do you have? I feel like I used to have more, and then I was a little bit ruthless and got rid of a whole bunch of them. Because, man, they're expensive. And when you're paying every year and not using it. So I have my name, which is my main one, which is where my blog and my newsletter live. I have Sunday Zine Club.com, which is a new one I just picked up. And I have justmakeszines.com, which I really wanted to use it, but then it started to feel like, okay, but what if I make other stuff? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this page. When I was doing the sourdough starter and bread at the farmer's market, I called myself All Day Breakfast because I love breakfast food. And, oh, interesting. Why did you do that? Was I deleting the wrong one? That's interesting. Okay. Yes, apparently I was deleting the wrong one. And I still like All Day Breakfast, though. I got alldaybreakfast.org. And I feel like it would be a very good name because what I was calling myself was a tiny book and bake shop. So I made books and I also did baking because my baking came with books as well too, right? I would make zines about food. So it all fit together very nicely and I still kind of love it. And I kind of love that it's like a generic name that could be the name of like a bookstore, All Day Breakfast. I don't know. So I'm trying to decide if I want to get a shop. I want to get like an actual print shop up online again. I haven't had a shop up for a very long time. I used to be on Etsy, but we all know what happened to Etsy. It's not a good place to be anymore. And right now I put all my stuff up on Itch, which is where our jam lives too. And I like that. It's fine. There are some current problems that I'm not in love with that I would like to see how they deal with. But the problem with Itch, let's switch over and I'll show you. The problem with Itch is that I have everything up there. And that means it's kind of a mess. So you see how many times you can scroll, how many zines, this is going back to this is 2016 that I made this, this one I think is like 2014 that I made it. This stuff is so old and there's nothing wrong with the old stuff, right? The old stuff is good. I like having I've been online since 2001. So like there's a ton of stuff out there that I was 19 when I made it, and I am now 43. So I don't have a problem with archives. Like I love having my archive online. I'm a little bit sad that I don't have my full blog archive online anymore. When I started my Ghost blog, and Ghost is the software. When I started that blog 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I don't remember now. I think 2. I just started from scratch. I didn't import anything because my stuff is kind of scattered all over the place. I've used literally every single blog service in my lifetime. I do kind of wish that I had them up there though, right? So that you could see everything that that I used to do. I used to write about. I'll tell you something very funny. Robert Redford died last week, and he's one of my all-time favorite people. Amazing actor. I love Butch and Sundance so much. All the President's Men. I was obsessed with it for like a good 3 years when I was in university. I was like collecting all of the books. I read so many I read all of the Nixon administration books because I was obsessed with that movie. So he's one of my favorite people. I love him so much. And when he died, I went back through my Tumblr and I was like, oh, I don't have as many posts about him as I thought I did, because I've been on Tumblr since the beginning, 2007, but I accidentally deleted it in like 2014 or 15, and I lost all of those years. So I said, I wish that I could show you how much I used to post about him because it was a lot. So like, I love having my archives. I'm sad that I've lost so many archives. I'm sad that I've lost, photographs. I have photos that are stuck on corrupted hard drives that I still dream about one day recovering. So having this archive on itch of literally all the PDFs that I make, right? All the weird little zines, all of my templates, all of my little games. This one right here, this green one is a Bitsy game, which is a type of software, as well as the inventory one, just like playing. And I like that it's all here, but what it means is that it's kind of a mess. So what I really want to do is have more of a curated storefront. I would like to have a storefront. So what I'm right now using Ko-fi, which I always want to say Ko-fi, the way that it's spelled, Kofi, Ko-fi. I'm using Ko-fi because, well, it's just the easiest and it's free, and I don't want to do, I don't know. I looked at a whole bunch of stuff and I kind of feel it's the best choice for right now. But I'd like to pick just like 2 or 3 things and just sell those 2 or 3 things and see if maybe I can get a little bit more attention by having it focused. You know how if you give people too many choices, they choose nothing. That's how I feel about itch, right? You give people too many choices, they don't choose anything. So one of the things that I'm choosing is this workbook that I'm going to do. So you can see down here I have all day breakfast. So I'm kind of thinking that'll be like the name of my shop. But I haven't decided. I can't make any choices. It's very frustrating. And it's kind of interesting because when I decided to, tear my life down to the studs, as it were, I thought about this for a very long time, for most of July. And I just kept coming back to it and going, could I do it? Would it be possible? Yes, maybe. And eventually I was just like, yes, I'm going to do it. Just like, you know, I was going to say Thelma and Louise just jumping off the cliff, but like that's what it felt like. That's why I'm thinking like that idea of ruin, right? Like, I am living in a ruin, but maybe it's good. Maybe, do you know nursery stumps, nursery logs? When they cut down a tree and they just leave the stump, that stump is dead, but animals live in there and new plants sprout out of there. I don't know if this is really common in a lot of forests, but it's very common in the forest here in the Pacific Northwest. Basically, every stump they call it a nursery stump because new things grow there, right? Bugs find homes in there, and birds make homes, and tiny little creatures make homes, and new plants come out of it. So that's how I kind of feel about the ruin, is that it is a mess right now, but we're going to make something out of that mess. So what's next? So I kind of feel like this is very thematic, right? This is very thematic of what is next. We need to figure it out. We need to figure out what's next. So I just grabbed this photo from Unsplash, my tried and true trusted Unsplash, but it kind of doesn't fit, huh? It's too much. If we're doing portrait, it's because it's a landscape photo. So I don't know. But for a title, we are going to go with a guide to what's next. I think we're going to do that. A guide to what's next. And we're going to take a color. Oh, no, I don't want that. Just this. We're going to change the font color to a dark blue. And we're just picking from the photo. It's a very dark blue. It's almost black, I think. And then what? Do we want to make this bigger? That's the center. That's the center of the page, huh? I'm also looking up here, right, in this thumbnail. Having the thumbnails is a really good way to kind of judge the layout and composition, just because you can see it in kind of a simplified manner. And you also get an idea about like what it's going to look like when it's online, which is always a good thing to think about. Okay. So, I mean, we can make the text bigger. That's one thing we can do. I'm at 40 now. I'll make it 50. I don't know. Maybe we need to make the background like a blue color. Make it look good. I don't know. Is this not page numbers? I thought it was. Okay. I thought I selected insert page number here. Did I not? There we go. Page 1. Page 2. Okay. There we go. That works now. We're gonna save. Every time my eyes flick up and I see that edited, we're just gonna save. So now all I'm gonna do is just copy and paste the text blocks. So, oops. If we look, I'll just open up this one for you to look at again. If we look at this one, the mini zine version, so all I'm going to do is just copy these text blocks and paste them into the big version. I might add some more words. Might add some more sentences, especially the first page. I feel like I might need to do something for the first page. But the question is, do I want to do these gray boxes or do I want to do lines? Because in the 8.5 by 11 size, lines might make more sense. So we are going to copy and paste. And I'm just going to copy like the full, I'm not playing with text or anything here. I'm just copying the actual full text box like that. And then we'll format it later. You know, I probably could add a few more questions right now that I have more space. I am realizing that I can't do this one-handed because I need to press command so I can multi-select. There we go. And I guess we'll just keep adding pages. If I add a page, or you can probably not, right? So we're going to duplicate and then paste. So you can see the difference in how small it is, right? And how much more space you're going to have in an 8.5 by 11. And I'm almost thinking, oh my God, is that too much space? Is 8.5 by 11 too big? Should I maybe do like an A5 version or something? I don't know. I guess I just kind of want to take a look and see what it's going to look like. And then, okay, page 3, yeah. So then we duplicate that. And can't I select it? Oh. Okay. Can't do that. And then this is not the easiest thing to do in the world. I feel like I'm making this very hard on myself. Is there an easy way to do this? Right? I feel like I should be able to go, yeah. Okay, now I can do that. Oh, okay. You know, sometimes computers just don't do what you want them to do. Okay. Copy, paste, and then duplicate, and then, oh, see, so here I can't, but here I can. You gotta move the cursor until it is the arrow, and then you can do it. All right, and then this one we're gonna flip because it is upside down. Flip. And then this is page 7. And I think we're just gonna take 7 and 8 together because they're only 2 questions. There we go. And then flip. All right. So now I need to think about what do we want this to look like in the big version. Now you know what we're going to do. We're going to save. What do we want it to look like in the big version? Do we like the gray boxes, or do we like lines? Do we want to put lines in the gray boxes? That's the question. I still don't like the cover, you know? The cover looked good on the small version, but the big version, something about it to me. Let me show you there's 100%. No, it's not 100%. What the heck? I don't know. It just has, it's got this like corporate training feel to it, you know? I don't like this. I don't know. I'm feeling a lot of ennui when I look at this. It's not great. I want it to be good, but it's not good yet. Which is why I got on here. I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to go live to get a little bit of juice in here, right? To figure out what this is going to be. So as much as this is the cover of the mini zine version, and the mini zine version is fine to me. I think it looks okay. But this version doesn't look good. This version is very boring. And I kind of feel like maybe we need to... I know that I said that it was going to be print. But maybe we need to go like full digital. Like make the picture the full cover like that. Okay. And then I can't send it to the back because the text is not a box. That's right. Okay. So I'm going to move this. I'm going to why won't you? Okay. I'm going to delete this text. And but then I don't get the footer either. So usually what I do, if you don't know, Pages, there's this button up here that says document. And in this document button, and my head is probably in front of it, right? Okay, let me move that for you. Over here. So you can see header, footer, document body. This one, if you unclick that, then what you do is you turn it into, you see it says convert, and you convert it to a page layout. And so that way, it's not like a word processor anymore. Now it is just a blank page, and you can just stick boxes on there. So usually that's what I do. Because you just have way more freedom that way when you click document body off. And then I also click header and footer off. But this time I was thinking, oh, maybe I would use it. But now I'm thinking, no, I don't think so. I think that my instincts were right in the first place to go with document body off. It's not a document, it's just a blank page. And so now we can put some text boxes on top. And we can do white text on this picture. Actually, we're going to go title, white text. There we go. And we're probably going to make that a little bit bigger. Well, there's the center. Okay. A guide to what's next. And guide to what's next, or a guide to what's next. Kind of feel like that one's better. Okay, we're going to make this big, maybe 60. Let's see what that looks like. I feel like it would look good. I know it's right in the center, but it does look good right above that white. That feels good to me. Okay, I like this cover way better than what we had before. What we had before, I mean, it still does kind of look like a brochure though, doesn't it? Do we want to lean into that? Or do we want to? I don't know. I guess I should move my head back over, huh? What are we thinking? I mean, it works, but I'm not excited about it. I'm not feeling it like I was before. I don't know, but I kind of feel like where I am right now is that I'm, like I was talking about choosing where to put my shop. I feel like I have to make, this is like seriously the story of my life. I feel like I have to make these decisions that are going to last for a long time. And I hate making those decisions because I will always change my mind and I don't trust myself to make the right decision. So a friend of mine said, it doesn't matter what is in the background, like what's in the back end of your website. Just as like the people don't care, right? The people don't care what software you use, just as long as you're there. And you can always change it. There's no rule that says you can't change it. I've changed my name 1 million times on the internet, You couldn't even track me across the internet because I've had so many different names. When I published my book, The Magic of Pockets, I freaked out so much because this was going to be the first book with my name on it, the first book with my real name on it. And I had published before, but I'd always used a pseudonym. And that was scary. It was scary to think that this book is going to be out there, still out there. And it has my name on it. And I can't take it back anymore, right? That is now my first book. I'm never going to have another first book. And it's a great first book. I still love it. By the way, it is coming out in Canada, a Canadian edition, which is awesome. It's coming out just in time to avoid all those tariffs. So now you can buy it from a Canadian publisher here in Vancouver. I mean, I'm not here in Vancouver, but I'm very close. So yeah, but man, that was scary because now there is a thing with my name on it. And a lot of other stuff that I've made online, I can just change my name and move on. And you can't do that when it's your own name. That's a bit of a heavy topic there. So I don't know. I feel like, so what I'm saying is that I'm trying to set up a little shop, a little online shop, because I would like to sell more things. I would like to make more money. I'm saying that. I am claiming that I want to make more money. So I need to sell more stuff. Everything that I have online, it's all free. I give away so much. And the people who choose to pay, thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. But the reason that I put everything for free is just because that's kind of how I've always thought about the internet, right? The internet to me has always been this place where things are free. And I try to avoid advertising as much as possible. but I need to make more money. And it would be nice to make more money, right? It would be nice to be able to do this more often and not have to rely on other stuff to make money. The reason that I've been making a few more videos recently. I've been doing some shorts. And the reason I can do that is because I don't have a full-time job right now. I don't have a day job. So I do have more time. And part of me feels like I'm not using it very well. And I'm looking at this and I just don't like it yet. And I don't know how we can fix that. So I think I'm going to take a little break from it. It's good to get this layout. We got to start on it. We've got something. But I think I need to think about it a little bit more. Right? It's like, look at this. We take this text that was a full page in the other one, and it's that much of a page. So, do I want to write a whole lot more? I don't know. Is 8 by 10 the right size? Should I try doing A5 size? I don't know. So, I think that we're just going to do a short little stream today and say thank you for hanging out with me. And I always feel good to just get on and kind of ramble a little bit. And it's nice to have that space to do this where it doesn't have to be super polished. And I love the process, so I hope you love the process too. I hope that maybe I can help to show you that this stuff is hard and I don't have all of the right answers, and the right answers don't come quickly, and sometimes we try things and they just don't work, and so we try something else, and that's what I hope that I can show you with these streams. So, and like I said, I don't have a day job right now, so I would kind of love to do maybe streams more often. I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you think. Should I just hop on whenever I'm thinking about something? Try something out? What are these boxes going to look like when they're big? That's a good question. Because, for me, I don't like writing in a big blank space. I kind of like lines. So maybe we need some lines. Something to think about. All right. That's it. I'm going to flip over to the internet. Buy my zines. Buy my templates. If you want to make zines too. And come join us. Sunday Zine Club number 15. You got 20 days and 21 hours, which means you have 3 weeks. October 12th is the deadline. The theme is ruin. Tell me, is your life in ruins right now? What's going on with you? So, thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you